So we got hit with another Legends Rising banner, but is it actually something that people might want to look into getting? What's going on, guys? Corrosive Bullet here, and I'm going to do the breakdown of the surprise drop of content that we actually are going to be getting tonight. It's actually really surprising. It's very out of the blue. I was not expecting another banner to be coming in and a bunch of other events to be coming in, let alone like Legends Rising, but here we are. So we got brand new Gohan Adult that transforms into Ultimate Gohan. We got Gotank's Absorb Boo that came out with them, and we got brand new EX Armor Goku and Deborah EX as well, plus a bunch of events and banners and stuff that are coming out too. We'll go over it all, but if you guys want to see more Legends content like this, please go down and hit the like button, subscribe for more Legends content, and let me know down in the comments. Let me know what your thoughts are with all these big, massive content drops that have been coming out the past couple weeks. I personally have really been enjoying the fact that they've been dropping events and stuff like crazy. I kind of wish they would slow down with the banners a little bit, but at the same time too, like if they're gonna keep dropping events for us to get CC and stuff, like I'm all for it. So let me know down in the comments below what you guys think. But let's jump into this. This is gonna be a long one, guys. There's a lot to go over here. So first thing is we're gonna go over Gohan here. Gohan's blue, which is actually kind of good, considering that both Sun Family and Hybrid Saiyans could easily use a blue unit in their ranks. So that's actually really good. The weird thing though is that this Gohan is being partnered alongside the Super Boo Gotank's Absorbed. And he's Universe Saga Survival Saga. So he's TOP Gohan. Which is kind of odd to me, but it is what it is. 200,000 blast attack is really, really good. Almost 200,000 on strike, 2.02 million health. Stats are actually pretty decent on this guy at his base form, and when he transforms, that goes up to 227, 207, and 2.18. That's actually pretty good for a unit like this. Let's go into his base form first, and then we'll kind of flip-flop to his transform state. So his main ability, transform into Ultimate Gohan, draws a special arts card alongside that, plus he gets a permanent 30% damage inflicted increase that cannot be canceled, and that's within 15 timer counts. That's actually not bad. That's actually really, really good. Go down here, extreme potential, 30% to damage inflicted for 20 timer counts when he enters the battlefield. And then when an enemy switches characters while he's on the battlefield, he seals enemy strike cards. The sealed arts cannot be used for 3 timer counts. Is this the Vegito blue counter that we've been looking for? I wouldn't say full-heartedly, but this is actually a really good unit in this, or a really good ability to use in this current meta. And then reduces damage received by 20% for 20 timer counts, and it cannot be stacked. That's actually really, really good. So not only is this unit going to tank those Vegeta blue hits, he is also going to seal a Strike Arts card, which is going to prevent him from having those extended long combos. This is actually really, really good. And if you're like everybody else in the game right now who is despising Vegito Blue and the current meta surrounding him, like this guy might be worth summoning on just because he actually does something about it. Now, like I said, I don't think he's necessarily the perfect counter for it, but the fact that we got Zenkai 16, who is really, really good, by the way, on top of having this, there's options now out there. Not that there weren't options before, but there's a lot more solid options to run against that. So good on them for making these units pretty good. And then Decisive Action, the following effects occur after the enemy attack is over. Restores 20% of damage received up to 20% of your own health. Restores own ki by 20. 30% of damage inflicted by allied So he's buffing Sun Family and Hybrid Family for 15 timer counts after attack finishes. He is taking 20% damage reduction, and then he's also gaining that back as well. Is that every time? I wonder if that's every time that the attack is over. This Gohan's going to be is going to be pretty good defensively, I think. And then reduces damage received by 40% until the combo ends when changing cover. Okay, so his base form is actually pretty solid. Super Kamehameha deals major impact damage, inflicts enemy with attribute downgrade +5 to substitution count for 20 timer counts on hit. That's also pretty good as well. That's a long time to wait. And then restores own health by 10% and ki by 20. So he's got a dual green card, which is pretty nuts. Now, if we go to his transform state, his main ability in his transform state also draws a special arts card. 40% to damage inflicted for 20 timer counts. And inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade -80% to health restoration. So just like 16 Zenkai, he is also hitting that minus health restoration as well. So he's going to be really good against regen on top of that. That's a pretty good... Those are both pretty good main abilities. And when he transforms... this doesn't change at all. So this is basically the same exact thing. This does not change. Oh my god. His special move, after he transforms, adds +10 to substitution count for 20 timer counts. That's double. That's pretty nuts. And then his green skill goes from Prodigal Awakening, which is just a standard health and ki increase, to Thunder Bullet. Applies the following effects to self upon activation: plus 30% to damage inflicted for 20 timer counts, plus ki by 30, or restores ki by 30, and it's comboable with all of his cards. That's really good. I really like this. I like this Gohan a lot. He also buffs 28% at 6 stars to Hybrid Saiyan and Sun Family, Strike, and Blast attacks. So he's going to be a double offensive unit. That's actually really, really good. I'm actually really liking this Gohan's kit. I wasn't going to probably summon on this banner, but this Gohan's actually really, really good. I think he's a little bit too good to pass up. But yeah, no, I really like this Gohan. He's very solid. Gotank's Absorb Boo Super. Weird naming, by the way. He is regen, absorption, and he's on the powerful opponents tag. And unknown. I don't know what that is. That's strange. He's non-transforming. He is definitely a range type unit. 213,000. Not as good as the transformed Gohan, but that's still pretty good. Strike attack is definitely a lot weaker. Defenses are around the 140 mark, which isn't too bad. His health is a bit low, so I'm hoping his kit has something that gives him a little health regen or extra defense or something, because his health isn't quite on par with like a lot of the more recent units that have come out. Main ability, still wanting to fight, take your best shot. Plus 50% damage inflicted for 40 timer counts. Reduces damage received by 20% for 40 timer counts. That's pretty good. These are long sustaining buffs. They're not permanent by any means, but 40 timer counts is a very long time where you can actually spend a lot of time actually making some headway in the battle. So the fact that that lasts as long as it does is really good. Not to mention, he also nullifies his own attribute downgrades and abnormal conditions for 25 counts as well. That's actually pretty good. And that's only after 5 timer counts. So you can activate this at the very beginning of the match. That's not bad. That's actually not bad at all. He's probably going to be like an early user, like an early game unit. I'm ready to drive the nails into your coffin. Applies the following effects to self from battle start for 75 timer counts. Okay, yeah, this guy is definitely, you're definitely going to want to use this Boo early game to get the most access to all these buffs. So 50% to damage inflicted cannot be canceled. -5 to strike arts card cannot be canceled. -10 to blast arts card cannot be canceled. Gradually restores health each timer count. So he is gaining health for 75 timer counts. That's, yeah, definitely, this guy is definitely going to be used as an early game unit. You roll him out first thing, pop his main ability as soon as you get it in 5 seconds. Then you get 70, you get all of those buffs up here for 40 counts on top of the 50. He gets 100 damage inflicted. He gets 100% damage inflicted for the first 40 seconds of the fight. Which is nuts. That's just nuts to me. So definitely you take advantage of that if you get him. And then hurry and drain your tears so we can fight. 40% to damage inflicted when this character enters the battlefield. So this effect is canceled when enemy lands an attack. Okay, so that's like the trade-off, I guess. That's the trade-off. He's definitely going to be. This is not the kind of unit you'd want to have like there in the beginning. Like he's not the first unit you want to have ready when the battle starts. Like he's someone you want to switch into right off the bat. So that's actually pretty good. So 40%, like do some damage, switch, continue the combo with this Boo, pop his main, and just let the damage rain. That's 140% damage upon switching. If you can set it up right, that's actually pretty decent. Restores 20% to damage received after enemy attack is over, up to 20% of your own health. Okay, so he also heals with that as well. I like this guy's kit as well. I think I might like this guy's kit a little better than I like Gohan's. But I think Gohan is going to be more meta-driven than this Boo is. But this guy's really good. I like this. Super Donut Kamehameha, massive impact damage, cancels enemy attribute upgrades on hit, activates twice. So that's actually pretty good. Again, getting rid of those Vegito blue buffs. Applies the following effect for the Majin Sneer for his special skill. Applies the following effects to self according to the number of timer counts elapsed from battle start. Less than 25 timer counts. Restores ki by 50 and 30% to damage inflicted for 20 timer counts. Between 25 and 75 counts elapsed. Restores ki by 30, damage increased by 30 for 15 timer counts. Okay, so yeah, no, this guy, this 100%, like even after 75 counts elapsed, 20% of damage inflicted for 15 timer counts is still pretty good. But you definitely want to take advantage of this guy's like early buffs, his early game, because this guy is going to be hitting. So let's say, for example, 40 timer counts, right? Let's say at the beginning of the fight, you get your 2 blast cards, you get a strike card, and you get a green card. So upon your first switch in with this unit, you are immediately getting, from the battle start, you're already getting 50%. Within 5 timer counts, you activate your main ability, you're already at 100% damage inflicted. And you're receiving 20% less damage. On top of that, if you switch him in, he's getting an additional 40% damage inflicted, which is 140% until the enemy lands a hit. And if you use that green card within that beginning of that fight, that is another 30% damage, which is 170% damage inflicted. This guy is going to be brutal early game, so watch out for that. Also, his arts cards, his blast cards, he gives 2 blast cards with plus 20% to blast inflicted for 2 timer counts, and then plus 10 as well for 10 timer counts. He's self-buffing his own blast cards. And he's buffing the regen tags blast attack and powerful opponents. So this is the 3rd powerful opponents character that buffs the team. So you're definitely going to want to run this Turles, this Gotenks, and this Zamasu or this Zamasu and or this Omega Shenron, like you want to be running these units because they are going to be buffing them like crazy. Like this is now a viable tag, guys. This is 100% a viable tag. Use it. He's really good. I like him as well. But let's go over Goku and Deborah real quick so we can get into the events. Again, I'm sorry for the long video, guys. So, Sun, Family, and Saiyan. Not surprising. He's a melee type. Purple unit, extreme. That's pretty decent. That's a little underwhelming. His defenses are a little underwhelming. His health's a little underwhelming. He's an extreme unit. This is what I would kind of expect from him. Main ability, draw a special move arts card next, restore health by 20, shorten ally substitution count by 5. That's actually pretty decent. Power training, following effects occur when this character enters the battlefield, randomly destroys one of your own cards and draws a special arts card next, does it twice. Plus 40% to strike damage inflicted for 15 timer counts when he enters the battlefield. That's not bad. Additionally, additional 20% to damage inflicted for 15 timer counts if an element purple or red other than this character is a battle member. So this is what I was kind of expecting. I figured he was going to buff double colors, which is what a lot of the EXs have been kind of doing lately. Cooperative training. When this character is switched to standby, he gradually restores ally health each timer count for 15 timer counts. Seals enemies special move and special arts. The sealed arts cannot be used for 5 timer counts. That's pretty disruptive. I actually like that. Additional 20% to damage inflicted to all allies, by allies for 20 timer counts if they're purple or red. Okay. He does Super Kamehameha. It's teachable. Deals major impact damage. Reduces enemy ki by 50% on a hit. That's pretty good. That's pretty good for an EX Super. And then unlock form key of attack. 20% to strike damage for 15 timer counts, and then obviously the damage inflicted for this as well. So possibility of getting up to 20% or 60% damage inflicted for your own teammates, for your allies, which is pretty good. And himself. So I actually like that a lot. And yeah, he 40% to purple and red. Yep. So that's what I kind of figured. This guy's going to be a really good bench for this Goku and this Vegeta. He's going to be a really, really good future bench, I think. I like this. I like this a lot. All right, and Deborah. This is the one I was kind of skeptical about because he doesn't really have a whole lot of tags, as you can clearly see. He's got the Deborah tag, and that's the best he's got. So 2 million health. That's pretty good for an EX. He's definitely not a strike user, but he's got a really good blast attack. His defenses are a bit better than Goku's. Alright, so Demonic Miasma nullifies allies' normal conditions for 30 timer counts, reduces enemy ki by 50, destroys all of your enemy's cards. That's a pretty good main ability for this Deborah. That's really, really good in my opinion. Demon King's Impetus. 30% to damage inflicted when the battle starts can't be cancelled, so he is already getting a damage buff right off the bat. That's pretty decent. Plus 15% to blast damage inflicted by allies for 20 timer counts every time this character uses a strike or blast card. That's really good. That's really good. So he's already getting 30%, and he's getting an extra 15% basically the entire match. Oh no, this is by allies. Inflicted by allies. Okay. So that's different. That's a little different. That's still pretty good though. Devil's Gambit reduces damage taken by 40% until combo ends when changing cover. 20% to damage inflicted by allies for 20 timer counts when activated. So when he gets into a cover change, he reduces damage by 40%, and he also gives a 20% buff after this effect comes in. Allies gain 20% damage. Nullifies own unfavorable element factors for 5 timer counts every time when faced with an enemy blue. So when he's getting attacked by a blue unit, basically there's no type advantage for 5 timer counts, and that activates 5 times. That's a pretty interesting ability. I don't know how good that's going to be in the long run. I mean, he's an EX unit, so I can't imagine like he's gonna be that nuts. But this is actually really cool. Evil Impulse deals major explode damage. Draw a special arts card next on hit. And that just keeps going. Okay, he can just keep drawing special moves card. And then Meditation restores own health by 10%, restores allies other than this character by 5. That's pretty good. And then he also gets 20% to blast damage inflicted for 2 timer counts. And then he buffs red and green. Yep, kind of figured that much. So, I like this Deborah. I don't know how viable he's going to be because he's got no tags. But the fact that he'll be buffing red and green, I guess, so he's going to be a good bench unit, I think. So that is all the characters that are coming out. Let's go over the banner itself. So the banner itself, and by the way, I am absolutely convinced that the UST banners are completely gone at this point. Which honestly, all in all, it's a good change. But I wish the USTRs were more prominent still, because my luck is better with USTRs than Legends Rising banners. That's just me though. Yep, so standard costing. And this is actually a really, really decent banner. I don't know if it's better than the Broly Chilai banner that's out right now, but you get the two new units. This is the first time this Gotenks has come back, so I'm excited about that. This Trunks is he's okay for hybrids and whatnot. I don't have this Janemba, so I wouldn't mind summoning on here to try and get this Janemba, but this Janemba is really good. This Kid Buu is pretty good on regen. This Buhan is still pretty decent, and these guys are whatever. Really outdated. So, and then you get the 2 new EX units, and that's the same EXs as it was on the movies banner. So, very solid banner. Once again, you got the 999 Z power limit break, which is pretty good. Let's go over the events, though. There are a lot more events coming out, guys. There are more events coming out. Choice Battle's back, so that's always a plus. Gohan will be... It looks like Gohan's going to be the hyper-dimensional co-op boss in this one. Let's just kind of see what they're looking for. So regen and powerful opponent and blue unit. So that's really not all that surprising, honestly. Again, Sizzling Summer Boot Camp. I said this in the last video. This is coming back. Turn into Sweets Majin Buu event is coming out. This is going to be... My God, there's going to be 12 different battles. There's going to be a challenge battle. There's going to be a bonus battle against the brand new Deborah. You'll be collecting, it looks like, chocolates, and the chocolates and stuff you will be able to use to go towards items in the shop. Obviously, the new characters are going to be the ones that give you the item drop boosts. If you have these characters, and these are all +1s, everybody should have these guys by now. Everybody should at least have 1 copy of these guys for the most part. So, decent amount of bonuses coming from this. But yeah, this is your typical grind event, which I guess is fine, but there are a lot of grind events going on right now. Nappa is still in effect. This is going to be coming out. This is going to be coming out. The Turles event's somewhat of a grindable event, I guess, if you want to call it that. But yeah, it's just a lot of grinding going on right now, guys. Android 18 events coming back. Ginyu's coming back. This, I'm not sure what this is. Raid Rush Extreme Clash. Otherworld Warriors. Challenge the Otherworld Warriors. So... it looks like this... I think this is a raid event. This starts on the 16th. Which is not till next Friday. Yes, next Friday. I think. No. Saturday? Sunday. Next Sunday. Not this coming Sunday. The following Sunday is when this is going to come out. I don't know my days, guys. I don't know what to expect from this. There's not a whole lot of information here. Clearly it's a raid event, so I'm hoping that this is actually going to be like the world collaboration event like we had during the 2nd anniversary. And like its characters got Super Gogeta's got the big health pool, and everybody works together to bring down the health pool, and then we get rewards. I'm assuming that's what this is, and the fact that it's a 3-day event, I'm absolutely certain this is what it is. And then if we defeat it, I'm pretty sure we'll get some sort of rewards at some point, hopefully. So that's actually really, really cool. I'm excited about that. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Sorry again, this is a very long video, but we had to really go in depth with these characters. Before you guys decide to jump on this banner, though, let me just say that I think in the next 2 weeks we may potentially be getting an LF banner. So just keep that in mind before you guys summon on this. If you want to summon, then I would say use up maybe a multi or 2. But if you're free to play and you don't have much to really spend right now, skip this banner. Save for that LF step up, because that's right around the corner and that's going to be happening. So with that said, guys, I'm out of here. Thank you guys for sticking this far in and watching. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.